Dear students, in this session we are going to discuss an important concept called product pricing. Students, I think you all know the answers for the following questions. That is, first, what is marketing? Yes, marketing is an activity directed at satisfying the needs and wants through an exchange process. Next, the question, what is marketing mix? Marketing mix is the combination of the four elements: product, price, place, and promotion. Now, what position does this price occupy in the marketing mix? Price, that occupies the second place in the marketing mix, which is the only element that generates revenue to the firm. Is now, setting the right price is an important part of effective marketing. Pricing policy of a firm is a lot of great importance to the manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, and consumers. Next, customer satisfaction is mainly related with the price of the product. Present consumers are well aware about the prevailing market conditions. The customers are given more choice to choose their products and services. Okay, now we'll go on to the concept. What is pricing? Price is the exchange value of goods and services in terms of money. It's what the consumers, that is you and me, pay for the goods like groceries, cosmetics, apparels, shoes, toiletries, and more, all the items we consume to the seller. Also, price is what you and me, the consumers, pay for the services like rent, salary, wages, as bus fare, as train fare, as airfare, tuition fare, etc. to the service provider. Now, there are various views about the pricing. First, let us discuss what is this consumer's view on pricing. Pricing, the consumer views as a value for the products or services he or she buys. When the consumers feel price worth for the products and services, they are happy. Otherwise, if they feel pricing is unreasonably high, they are discouraged to buy and they stops the other people buying the product. Now, we'll discuss about what is the marketer's view on pricing. Marketer's view as it's an only important tool that earns profit to them. It's an important factor that helps to survive the firm in the market. Pricing is an important measure that provides customer satisfaction, which is main thing. And now we'll discuss about the society's view on pricing. The society's view pricing is that pricing influences mainly the cost of living of the people. Pricing exercises a great influences on investments, savings, and consumption patterns. Now, first we are going to discuss about the process of price setting. The process of price determination is divided into various steps. In that, the various steps are: first, setting the pricing objective; next, estimating the demand; and then estimating the cost of the product and anticipating competition; next, to determine the expected share of market. After that, the firm has to select suitable pricing strategy. Then, considering the marketing policies of the company, at last the important thing is fixing the price. Now, in detail we'll discuss about each and individual step. The first step is setting the pricing objective. Here, the company should first decide where it wants to position its market offering. If the firm's objectives are very clear, it can set the price easier. The important pricing objectives are: the first and foremost objective is survival of the company. Companies plagued with overcapacity, stiff competition, or changing consumer wants pursue survival as their main objective. It is a short-run or temporary goal and can be insisted only during crisis. Once the firm is out of that crisis situation, it shifts to other objectives. Next, target return on investment. This is seller-oriented pricing objective. When a businessman invests capital in the business, he calculates the probable return on his investment. Based on the return on investment, pricing is fixed. Next, getting maximum market share. A good market share is a better indication of progress. The firm may lower the price in comparison to the rival products with a view to capture the market. Next objective is preventing competition. Meeting competition is one of the important pricing objectives adopted if the product is introduced in a competitive market. Pricing policy should be formulated having considering the price of rival products also, existing competition, etc., which enables the marketing department to meet the competition. Next objective is profit maximization. Business run with an aim of earning profit at the maximum. If short-run policy is adapted for maximizing the profit, the company will lose its place in the market very soon. The pricing decision should be made with a view to maximize the profit in the long run. Next objective is price stabilization. A stable price can win the confidence of the public. So, the price should not be allowed to fluctuate very often. Next objective is ability of the customers. The pricing decision may be taken according to the ability of the customers that he could pay for the products or services he buys. The objective is resource mobilization. The products are priced in such a way to make use of all available resources for the firm's expansion, developmental, investment, etc. Next, after establishing a objective, the firm has to estimate the demand for their product. The price is fixed simply by adjusting to the market condition. As demand and price are inversely related, the higher the price, the lower is the demand. If the price is too high, the level of demand may fall. Next, estimating the cost. Here, the estimated cost plays a major role in fixing the price, which determines the profit of the company. The cost to be incurred may be fixed or variable. Fixed costs are those that do not vary in total with the changes in the sales. These are depreciation, rent, interest, and other general expenses. The variable costs are those that vary in total with output. These are direct material, direct and variable overheads. After estimating the cost, the next step is anticipating competition. The competitors can influence the price. Competition may arise from similar products, that is, the tea. Substitute similar product for the green tea. Next one is close substitute, that is coffee for tea. The third one is unrelated products seeking the same consumer's disposable income, that is a television for a refrigerator. To anticipate the reactions of the competitors, it is necessary to collect information about their product, cost structure, market share, etc. Next, determining the expected share of the market. A marketer must decide the share of the market at the price that the customer is expected to afford to pay. Low priced product may capture largest share of the market, and a high priced product may capture a small share of the product. The sixth step is selecting a suitable pricing strategy. A good pricing policy may be employed to achieve a predetermined share of the market. The two important pricing strategies are skimming pricing and penetrating pricing. First, the skimming pricing. It can be implemented during the new products, that is, a very high price is fixed for a new product initially, and later the price is reduced gradually when the competitors enter the market. This type of pricing is also called as skim the cream pricing. Next, penetrating pricing. Penetrating pricing is intended to help the product penetrate into the market to hold a position. This is done by adapting a low prices in the initial stages. Due to low price, sales volume will go up, competition falls down, and finally the company can earn more market share. Next, considering the marketing policies of the company. In this step, various marketing policies regarding production, channel of distribution, promotion, etc. should be considered while fixing the price for a product. The next and the last step is fixing the price. Here this is an important point, and final step in fixing the pricing. While fixing the price for any product, the interest of the producer, middlemen, and consumer should be considered. Consultation with various departments such as production, finance, marketing, etc. also essential while taking any pricing decision. As there is no hard and fast rule to fix the price, it heavily relies upon the ability and experience of the top management. Then next, we are going to discuss about the factors influencing pricing decision. A firm, while setting its price for its product, has to consider various factors. The factors that influences the pricing decision may be divided into two factors. They are first, internal factors, and the next, external factors. Coming to the internal factors, first factor is the objective of the firm. About this objective of the firm, students, we have in detail explained in the above chapters. Now we'll pass on to the second point, that is cost of the product. Here the expenditure included in manufacturing the product must be considered while deciding the price. Generally, the price will be fixed only above the cost that is incurred in manufacturing the product. Otherwise, survival of the firm for long run will be a big question mark. Then third factor is marketing mix, that is we call it as a 4 P's, that is product, price, place and promotion. In this, pricing is one of the main element. Its coordination with other elements like product, place and promotion is most essential. Any shift in any one of the elements of marketing mix will affect the other elements seriously. Hence, this is a major point. Then next, we'll pass on to the product differentiation. In this point, the price of the product varies with the characteristics of the product in terms of its size, color, quality, attractive package, varied uses. Generally, the customers is ready to pay high price for the new trendy items. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the external factors. In this external factor, the first factor is market demand. If the consumer feels that the product is worth for the price he pays, he buys the product and the demand increases. Otherwise, he will not buy the product and also he'll stop other buying the products. The present market is consumer oriented and the consumer influences the price. It is the customer satisfaction which determines the demand and also which in turn determines the price of the product. The next point is competitors' pricing. While fixing the price of the competitors should be taken into consideration. The price of the competitors as well as the quality maintained them should also be considered. The pricing can be either less than the competitors' price or in par with them, but at no cost the pricing to be fixed higher than the competitors, because this will affect the sales of the product and finally the profit of the company. Next, we are going to discuss about the distribution channel. How for this affect? If the channel of distribution is lengthy, which included agent, wholesalers, retailers, etc., the pricing will be high because the compensation to be provided to the channel members for the services rendered by them is also to be included in the pricing of the product. If the channel is short, the price can be fixed less. Next factor is the governmental policies. Government interventions such as control of price, levying of tax, etc. are the other consideration which influences the pricing decisions of the product. Next factor is the economic environment. The economic environment of the country plays a major role in pricing decision. The pricing can be fixed high during booming period and it can be priced less during the recession period. The next one is the important factor, that is stages in the product life cycle. The various stages in the product life cycles are, you all know it, it's an introduction stage, growth stage, maturity stage and last the decline stage. Now we'll discuss about the pricing followed in the stages. First, during the introductory period, the pricing policies like skimming pricing, penetration methods can be implemented. Later, during the growth stage, the pricing can be increased if there is high volume of sales. And next, in the maturity stage, the pricing can be fixed stable, and various discount offers can be given. And last, in the decline stage, the price has to be compulsorily cut down from the existing price. Okay, now we'll pass on to the customers. The frequency of buying, quantity of purchase, bargaining power, buying ability, and the willingness to buy, etc., affects the pricing decision. Kinds of pricing. Various kinds of pricing is adopted by the firms. They are: the first one is the odd pricing. Odd pricing may be a price ending with odd numbers, or a price just around a round number. A product priced at rupees 999 will attract the consumers than when it is priced 1000 rupees. Next type is the customary pricing. In this type of pricing, the customers have fixed a certain amount of price to pay for a particular product. Customers are not ready to spend more than the fixed price. For example, chocolates, biscuits, matchbox, etc. The next type of pricing is the skimming pricing. In this pricing, a very high price is fixed for a new product initially, and later the price is reduced gradually when the competitors enter the market. This type of pricing is also called as skim the cream pricing. The next type is penetrating pricing. Penetrating pricing is intended to help the product penetrate into the market to hold a position. This is done by adapting low pricing in the initial stages. Due to low price, sales volume goes up, competition falls down, and the firm in long run captures a huge market share. The next type of pricing is monopoly pricing. In this type of pricing is followed where there is only one seller. Since there is no competition and no substitute products, the seller can fix high price and can earn profit in short run. The next kinds of pricing is prestige pricing. The quality of the product has got greater influence in fixing the price. Many customers are of the opinion that higher the price, higher is the quality. Hence, the marketers can make use of this customer stand and fix the price. This pricing can be mainly applicable to luxurious products. The next type of pricing is administrated pricing. In this pricing decisions are made at the managerial level and not on the basis of cost, competition, demand, etc. While fixing pricing, the manager should consider all the relevant factors affecting the pricing. Next kind of pricing is dual pricing. When the producer sells the same product at two or more different prices, it is called as dual pricing. For example, if the company sells its part of its production to government at one price and the remaining may be sold in the open market at different price. Next type is markup pricing. In this method, a certain percentage is added to the cost of production. It is also called as cost plus pricing. The next kind is competitive bidding pricing. Here, large firms or government calls for competitive bids when they want to purchase certain products or specialized items. The probable expenditure is worked out. Then, the offer is made quoting the price, which is called as contract price. The lowest bidder gets the work. Yes, next type of pricing is negotiated pricing. This method is also known as variable pricing. In this type of pricing, the price is not fixed. The price to be paid on sales depends upon the bargaining power of the customers. In certain cases, the product may be prepared on the basis of specification or design by the buyer. Hence, the prices have to be negotiated and then fixed. Next kind of pricing is price lining. This kind of pricing is generally followed by retailers. The pricing decisions are made initially and remain constant for a longer period of time. Firm should decide the number of product line and the number of each price level. Prices should not be too close or too far from each other. Example, pricing of t-shirt rupees 350, rupees 375, rupees 400, etc. Next type is called geographical pricing. This type of pricing is followed where a manufacturer serves a number of distinct regional markets. The manufacturer adapts different prices in each area without creating any ill will among the customers. Following are the three types of geographical pricing. First, FOB pricing, that is free on board pricing. This free on board pricing is again divided into free on board origin and free on board destination. In the first case, the buyer will have to incur the cost of transit, and in the later case, the price quoted is inclusive of transit charges. The next type is zone pricing. In this method, the firm establishes two or more zones. All customers within a particular zone will pay the same price irrespective of the difference in distance between two places inside the zone. Next is base point pricing. In this system, certain cities are designated as base point and all the customers are charged the freight charges from the city to the location of the buyer irrespective of the city from which the goods are actually transported. The next type is expected pricing. In this method, the price that will be accepted by the consumers has to be found out. Hence, a fixed price cannot be fixed beforehand. So the price range is offered. Then the response of the customer is identified, analyzed, and later the price is fixed. Next kind of pricing is fixing at the prevailing prices. This type of pricing is followed with the view to meet the competition. Such a strategy presumes that a price that is above the price of the competitors would bring down the sales, and whereas a lower would not increase sales significantly. This is also known as pricing at the market. Okay, now we'll pass on to an important concept, that is pricing of new products. Here, following guidelines are to be followed in setting the price for new products, that is making the product accepted, then maintaining the product, after that retaining the product. Pricing of the product has to be done with utmost care because this affects the quantity of the product to be sold. Also, it determines the amount of revenue of the firm. There are two types of pricing available for the pricing new products. They are skimming pricing and penetration pricing, which we have already discussed. Anyway, the skimming pricing is pricing very high initially and later to cut down the price due to the entrant of the competitors. This type of pricing is followed in the following cases, that is, the demand is very high for the product to take back the profit very shortly. The product is very new to the market. There is no competition. Next type is penetrating pricing. In this type, pricing very low initially to penetrate into the market, later to expand the market share by large scale of production. This type of pricing is followed in the following cases, that is, main objective of the firm is to expand the total market share. The product faces stiff competition and customers are highly price sensitive. To lessen the price during the decline stage to increase the sales. Dear students, now I think you have got knowledge about the concept, that is what is pricing and how to set the price and what are the factors influencing the pricing and also the various kinds of pricing that is available. And you all know the importance of pricing. How does pricing plays an important factor in the marketing? Okay, now we have come to the concluding session. That is, pricing policies provides guidelines to the firm to take suitable decisions in framing pricing decisions. Pricing is vital to every organization because it is the only source which provides money flow into the organization. Pricing not only influences the consumer buying decision, but also it is the major motivating factor for the middlemen involved in promoting the sales of the product. Hence, the organization should be more vigilant and should take utmost care in analyzing the factors influencing pricing, objectives of the pricing, and fix appropriate pricing methods, which in turn yield high revenues to the firm. Thank you, students, and all the best for your future.